Welcome back, and first of all, we are back in the United States. We have gotten the game unblocked, for now, at the very least. Let's see. Back in the US. So, as of just a couple hours ago, we are back in the United States. The TikTok ban has been postponed, not necessarily lifted. So, TikTok is owned by ByteDance. ByteDance owns a is in the long term technically an owner of Watcher Realms. ByteDance owns Navros, I think it is, which owns Moonton, which develops Watcher Realms. So, we are back for now. Is it going to last, or is it going to go back? Who knows? All we can really do is be happy it's back and play for now. The developers definitely could have been a bit better on communication with us, but can't really change that at this point. What's done is done. Hopefully they give us some updates in the future if it was to happen. But that aside, what we are here to do today is put a review up on Yuri. Because I did pull for her, and I did also get her. I have maxed her out already. I have maxed her skills. Her bond skill with Kagiri is really good. She is really good. She's not the best in the world. Don't get me wrong there. She's really good. But I actually did use her in my Immortal Codex in Styx, and let's see, this team right here, and she got 70k, which is just under Ingrid. Ingrid, I think, was probably one of my weaker links here. She didn't handle a whole lot of hits, and honestly, I did lose because I didn't get the last shield broken. I probably could have pushed out a little bit more damage if maybe somebody like Cetrum was here, or somebody with a multi-hit, but that's not too big of a deal there. But top 7% solid. She is good there because of the way she works. She looks like she's going to be really good in Guild Wars, in what I have looked at. I haven't really looked at the new maps yet. Let's see. So, interesting layout there. And interesting layout there. Yeah, she looks like she could be definitely pretty good in this. We will see though. So, I haven't set my teams yet. I'll do that eventually. I have 15 days, so I'll probably wait till the last minute to do so, and we'll take it from there. But she is likely going to make it into my Guild Wars team. Sorry about that. So, enough talking just in general about her. Let's actually have a look at her. So, the only other person that we can really compare her to, stats-wise, is Hatsu here. So, let's do a 1-for-1. Hatsu, what do you get at A1? You don't get any stats. Excellent. So, Hatsu, she's sitting at 3795, 11k, and 2-second attack time. So, Yuri here, 11k, 3725, and 2-second attack time. So, she's got 70 less attack, 600 less HP, about 100 or about 30 more defense, And apart from that, they're pretty much the same. So in that sense, great. So if we look at the skills, 60% 2 times and 60% or 60% to the target and 20% to one nearby allies 2 consecutive times. So yeah, I believe this is 60% 2 times. So yeah, basic attack does approximately the same amount of damage. Hot suit does hit a little bit harder, but you know, that's besides the point. The thing is, this does random enemies, not the enemy closest to the portal. So that could be good, that could be bad, depending on how your setup is. She does prioritize airborne units. I don't know if Hot Suit does. No, Hot Suit prioritizes targets with low defense. So, in that sense, Yuri is on the Piercer faction, so makes sense. Yuri has a talent here, whereas Hot Suit does not. This talent, every 5 basic attacks, she does a Chaos Orb that deals 160% damage to the target and 4 surrounding enemies 1 time, and then deals 50% damage to 50% damage 6 times to random enemies in range. Deals 20% increase, and this is separate, deals 20% increased damage to airborne units. So this it does seem to take the place of her normal attack for this attack. So every 6th attack, she's doing this instead of her basic attack. So that is a little bit of a downside, but this does more damage. So it does quite a bit more damage. And with Kagiri's bond skill, the Chaos Orb is doing 260% damage instead of 160%. So that's good, and it also restores 10% HP to 2 friendly units within 3 tiles of the Chaos Orb. So wherever it hits, if say she's attacking somebody and there's a tank there that's blocking that person, when she does a Chaos Orb to it, she'll heal the tank by 10% of their HP, as well as another unit nearby, if there is another unit nearby. I don't know if she does heal the tank twice if he's the only unit. It does say 2 friendly units, but there's a parenthesis. I mean, it might heal both the same target, which that could be really good for sustain for a tank. So that's handy. But she puts out solid damage. So her passive 1, and this is where we'll stop comparing her to Hot Suit, because at this point they're pretty much different units. I say that, but she also does her defense reduction. So the talent and ultimate inflict defense reduction. It is a 25% defense reduction when fully skilled up, and it lasts for 5 seconds when fully skilled up. So I say that they're different units, but this Hot Suit also provides a 30% damage reduction. However, there's a big caveat with this. This only works on bounce attacks. So whereas this does 20% to a nearby enemy as well, if there's no nearby enemy, there's no bounce, which means there's no defense reduction. So on Guild Boss 1, Guild Boss 2, any boss content where there's no ads, Hot Suit is not getting this, whereas Yuri is. So that is a big point in her favor. It is 5% less, but you know, winners, you can't win on everything. So here's the other thing. When the talent is triggered, increases attack by 10%, stacking up to 4 times, and when reaching max stats, it resets after 20 seconds. So pretty much she goes up to 40% increased attack for 20 seconds, and then she goes back down to regular attack and builds it up every 4 times she stacks her ultimate, or her talent. Solid. Her ultimate is a very interesting ultimate, and a lot of people misread this to begin with, and I did mention this in the review video or should you summon video, but this is something that a lot of people missed, and it's understandable with how it reads. It says deals 5 hits of 75% damage per second to one enemy in range When the target dies during the skill, it gains 5% rage and targets one other enemy near the fallen target. So, one very, very unique range, which is cool. But this is 5 attacks per second for 10 seconds. So that means it's 50 attacks over 10 seconds. This is a ton of attacks. This will whittle somebody down real quick. It also is great for sticks, which is why I used her on sticks. That is 50 hits guaranteed in 10 seconds. No matter what her attack speed is, no matter what, this is 50 hits, period. That is really good. So, let's go over her awakenings real quick. Dealing damage, there's a 10% chance to inflict stun on target. Really good. 10% every hit. This reads to me like during her ult, she has a 10% chance on all 50 of those hits separately. So that's huge. I don't have her A1, so I can't test it out. That is good only because of Guild Boss 1, or Guild Boss 2. Other content, she could be helpful for stunning people, but it's not necessary in a lot of cases. Awaken 2, attack plus 300, solid. Awaken 3. Now, here's the thing. Awaken 3 makes her deal a ton more damage than what she does. According to Fastidious' testing, she deals at A3 about 80% of Silas's damage. Bonded Silas's damage. So that is huge for a unit of her stature to do 80% of Silas's damage. Silas is looked at as one of the most powerful marksmen. If she's doing stuff that makes her comparable to him at Awaken 3, that's solid. But pretty much what this does is increases damage, increases the number of targets in basic range. Damage increases as the number of targets in basic range decreases. The damage increase ranges from 8% to 40%. So if there's only one enemy in range, she's getting a 40% damage increase. That's huge. That is a ton of extra damage. That is almost half as much of her damage more. That is a 1.4 multiplier on all damage. This awakening is probably her biggest break point. Penetration 8%, solid for her. And then A5 reduces AoE damage taken by 50%. It can be triggered one time every 20 seconds. Good for Guild Boss 2 if you're having trouble with survivability, but not really necessary. This A3 is extremely powerful. I don't have her A3, I have her base copy. I didn't need her A3. I don't necessarily need her in general. I just wanted her because 1, she looks cool. 2, she's a bond skill with Kigiri. And Kigiri, even though the bond skill for him is very underwhelming to a lot of people, it is huge for how I have my Guild Boss 2 set up. So this allows is it allows him to be a little bit more solo damage dealing down there with outside of main healer range. He still gets backup heals, but it's not as strong as Eloin's heals. So this really helps him out. I think Yuri was slightly overhyped, and then when people saw her kit, they were underwhelmed by her. I think she is really solid. She has a lot of good things going for her, and let me just do this real quick. Let's pull him out, put her in. Let's just do a quick equipped on her. Good enough for now. And we'll bring her in here real quick, just to kind of show off parts of her kit. So I'm just gonna face her up for now. This is not the most optimal thing, but as you can see, she's already hitting. She's doing 2 hits, and it's random, and that was her base, or her talent there. So she does that Chaos Orb, does her talent, and her ultimate, what this does is 50 hits. Just tons of hits on this one unit. I don't know how she's geared. She's obviously not geared very strong. This is also a very high defense thing, because if we look at, yeah, they have tons of defense. So there's that. I am curious on if she could solo damage deal for grade 2. I don't think she can. That's just doesn't seem to be how her kit's set up. Let's check that out real quick. I don't expect to complete this, but you know, we might as well give it the good old college try. And we will go ahead and let's see. Yeah, let's go with that. So let's just see what she can do here. This is probably a little bit more fair of a test for her. She does not have a Lord here, so that's a little bit unfair for her. Okay, so there's 4 hits and the 5th hit. I mean, that's solid damage. She has power domination here, but I mean, that's pretty good there. With a Piercer Lord, she'd be able to reach the boss right away too. But yeah, I mean, she does solid damage. Her talent does really good damage as well. It provides that defense break, which is just handy in general, and it will provide it with only 1 unit there, which is great. She could be a very big asset to a lot of players. So if you got her, great. If you didn't, and you're seeing this when the banner's still up, it might not be a bad idea to pull for her. However, we do have Basilbub coming up, so he is going to be a big boon to a lot of people's accounts too. He's an inspiration unit. We'll do a review on him when he comes out. But yeah, that's all I have to say about Yuri at the moment. If you want to see her in different places, definitely let me know in the comments below. I will definitely try and get some testing out with her. I am gonna get with a buddy of mine, Scrubbalicious, and see if I can jump on his account here soon to get a testing of Ares done. I was planning on trying to do that this weekend, but I got sick, and then the ban went through of US Watcher Realms, so I could get on, but it was a bit laggy. But that will do it for this video. I hope to see you guys in the next one. If you like the content, definitely throw a like on there. Let me know what you want to see next in the comments below. Subscribe if you want to see more stuff from me, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.